Over the past 75 years, more than 10,000 chemicals have entered our food supply, but the EU allows just 300 additives. At Thrive Market, we prioritize quality, banning over 1,000 ingredients found in conventional grocery stores. Our Healthy Swap scanner helps you find better versions of your pantry essentials without the junk, dyes, or fillers, and everything is delivered right to your doorstep. So shop at a grocery store that actually cares about your health at thrivemarket.com/get started for 30% off your first order and a free $60 gift.
Get ready for success. Leadership Strategies for Women is a show dedicated to providing practical and valuable strategies for emerging women leaders of today. It's your time to get inspired, motivated, and challenged to achieve your vision for success. And now, here's leadership speaker and coach, Ellie Nieves.
This is the Leadership Strategies for Women podcast, and I'm your host, Ellie Nieves. I'm the founder and president of Leadership Strategies for Women, where I develop seminars and webinars to help high-achieving women show up, speak up, and step up in their careers. To learn more, please visit my website at leadershipstrategiesforwomen.com, or you can follow the Leadership Strategies for Women page on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And here to talk to us today about leading in your career is Jenny Fox. Jenny is a highly motivated marketing professional, providing effective communications and digital support while advancing merger strategy at Connexus Credit Union. She is a dedicated team player and with a proven track record of building relationships and credibility at every level while influencing outcomes and providing strategic advice across multiple service channels. Jenny has delivered panel discussions, coaching sessions, and workshops on financial literacy, youth development, and empowering women to achieve economic independence, growing their careers, and transforming their lives. She's passionate about giving back to her community and focuses her volunteer efforts on serving the underserved. Time with her family brings her the most joy, and her hobbies include teaching yoga classes for children, enjoying Cayuga Lake in upstate New York, and she is a football fan. She is a member of the Buffalo Bills Mafia. Jenny, welcome to the Leadership Strategies for Women podcast.
Thank you so much, Ellie. I'm excited to be here and to chat with you today.
So you have had a great career in, looks like, communications. Tell us how you got into the field.
Well, I was really inspired to get involved in communications because I really enjoy connecting with people and learning their why. Every person you meet, I feel, has a story and a reason, a purpose for being. And for me, marketing uses a narrative to communicate a message. Every single person has a deep motivation that fuels their life in the grand scheme of things. And to be able to make an impact and to really be able to help them share their story is something that I'm very passionate about. My mission, no matter what channel or situation, is always to help others understand why they should care about something. So what are they doing and why are they doing it? It helps to humanize it, I think. And that's why I always strive to be open, real, and honest in all of my interactions, both personally and professionally.
So tell me about being able to connect with people. One of the things that you said that's really important to you is building relationships. What do you think is an important element in being able to build a relationship with someone?
So I think that no matter what area, you're talking about, whether it is personally and professionally, and able to build trust, you need to start first with that relationship. And in order to grow and succeed and, no matter what area it is, you have to really have that initial relationship built. And that takes time. And I just feel that for me personally, it's just really great when you can work together with people to achieve a common good, a common goal, and move that to the next level.
Great. So what are some of the challenges that you have encountered as you were trying to get ahead in your career?
Oh, goodness. definitely maintaining a work-life balance. I'm a mom, a wife, a friend, a daughter, a colleague. I do a lot of volunteer work. So really striving to find that work-life balance. Despite the evidence that working long hours can be harmful to both employees and employers, I struggle to overcome those assumptions at times, those deeply ingrained habits around work hours. I've learned to make real changes in my life, though. I must continuously remember to pause and connect and rethink and really remember and go back to that why. What is my personal why and what am I striving to do? I've also found, too, that at different points in my career, different major life changes have happened and I've had to really kind of readjust. So, thinking back to my career when I was still in Canada, I was doing amazing work and I worked really hard to get there. And then I met my amazing husband and relocated to the United States and really had to kind of start anew again. And then we moved to the Hudson Valley, several years later. And again, I was kind of in that mode of having to really kind of reestablish myself in a new area. But fortunately, I've been able to really build on that experience, and then recently, over the last 2 years with the pandemic, again, I was in a situation where I had to make some really difficult decisions. I was in a career and I was in a position that was really comfortable for me. And the pandemic happened. I have 2 young children and, we had some heavy decisions to make. And so I stepped back from work and was able to fortunately have the resources to be able to be at home with my 2 young children during that time. And that was amazing. I definitely will never, ever regret that. But I did have fears, if I'm being honest, about how that would impact my return to the workplace and what that gap may look like, in my resume. And is a company going to potentially, wonder? And, it's amazing because had that not happened, I probably would not be, I know I would not be where I am, now in the position that I'm in at Connexus Credit Union. I would not have been able to have as much of a hands-on role in my mother's health back in Canada. I had the flexibility to be able to help her. I had to return during all of that to move her into assisted living and go through all of those motions. And so it's just amazing how, you hear it and it sounds so cliche that everything happens for a reason, but looking back on it, I only have good to reflect on, and all of those things that happened, it spurred me to kind of push the envelope a little bit more and really think about, what does Jenny want? What does my future look like? How can I make a bigger impact? And I was really ready for a change. Once things started to kind of ease up a little bit here in New York, and my children could return to school, I had some searching to really do soul searching and think about, what my next step was going to be. And it's amazing how the stars have aligned. It's amazing that looking back at the experiences I've had and the professional growth I've had along the way has really propelled me to secure this amazing position. I love my work. I literally every day I enjoy the team that I work with. I enjoy, our vision and what we're striving to do, the lives that we're changing, and it's just amazing how it all unfolded.
So you've had to do a lot of adapting, it sounds like. And I believe that adaptability is a key leadership competency. Can you tell me how being able to adapt has actually helped you in your day-to-day work?
Well, especially in the position that I'm in, I work on the merger strategy team, and it's a lot of adapting. It's a lot of, learning to connect with people and make them feel welcome, and that is all just a part of growth as well. But adapting, I think that as, as a mom and as a career person and as, a friend and all of those amazing hats that I'm blessed to wear, I think that that's part of it. Really, we're just, in the grand scheme of life and in the way that things move, we all have the opportunity to grow and to change, and to see that change as a beautiful thing, and I think that that's what I think is so important, is always recognizing that there is opportunity to grow and change and to adapt and evolve, and we become better through that change. Like I said, I would have never imagined that this would be, where everything has ended up. I would never have guessed, even 2 years ago, that I would be working for a credit union, in the top 100 credit unions in the United States, based out of Wisconsin. Like, I would have never imagined that. And, I'm so thankful for the opportunity and how I have had to adapt to make these, moves. And it's been really great.
It's great. And congratulations on that success.
Thank you.
And I think you're saying something really important, which is even when we have to step away from our careers for a period of time because of family demands or health issues, whatever it might be, that coming back into the workforce, we haven't lost anything. What we have is, if anything, is actually gained life experience that makes us better at the work that we do day to day. And showing up in the workplace these days is not just about the work. It's about being able to, as you said, connect with others, be empathetic, be able to relate to others. That's really what makes work meaningful. It's what helps us to get up every morning. It's what helps us to inspire others to be better leaders and to be better people, not just at work, but in their family lives and in their personal lives as well.
Absolutely.
So tell us about what is next for you. What do you see next for you in your career?
Oh my goodness. I think it's about 210 days, if I'm being exact, into my role at Connexus. I want to really just continue to grow, personally and professionally. My ultimate goal, as challenging as it is at times, though, is really to be not to be president. Oh my goodness, is to be present. Can we edit that? The truth, as a typical type A and planner, it isn't always easy to live in the gray area and work through ambiguity. And that's something that I'm really learning. One of the many blessings I've learned through adversity and, in my mom's health decline. She lives in Canada, as I mentioned, and she's battling Alzheimer's disease. I have power of attorney for her. And so I have had a big role in her health, is patience and compassion. Totally going with the moment is something that I've learned so much. When we're together, we are in the current. We are in right now. We are not in yesterday. We are not in tomorrow. We're not even in an hour, ago. Everything that we have with her illness is right now in this moment. In a recent memory that I love to look back on and hold close is when not too long ago, we were at my daughter's dance competition and we were on our drive home from New Jersey. And I was talking with my mom on the phone on Bluetooth, don't worry. And we had told my mom about how Avery had just recently placed first in 2 of her dances, and we celebrated that. And that was awesome. Great job, Avery. I'm so proud of you. And then quite literally 1 minute later, we had the same conversation. She asked how the weekend was, asked how the kids were. Avery got to share, again, her news that she got first place. And it was as if it was the first time mom was hearing it, because in her mind, it really was. And, I looked at Avery in the rearview mirror and she smiled back at me. And knowing the silver lining is that she was able to be celebrated twice. And so looking at those beautiful moments and looking at the silver lining and focusing on that, is really what's motivating me, and just living a good life, built on kindness and compassion and supporting other people and, having the opportunity to share and to make a difference. Ultimately, what I strive to do every day is to be the best version of myself in the roles I've been blessed with. And that's truly how I feel. I'm a mother, a wife, a friend, a colleague, I volunteer. And so for me, it's really focusing on
the fact that I have this beautiful opportunity to share my story, to make a difference, whether it's at work and, sharing our vision of Connexus and growing our, the people that we serve and being able to make a difference with them and meeting them exactly where they are, but caring enough not to leave them there. I feel like that's such an important piece of who I am. And the volunteer work that I do, moments as simple as making a difference on my children's PTA. Being on the board for that is so much fun, and coming up with neat and fun new ideas, collaborating with, amazing parents to do that. The work that I do with Dress for Success and being able to make an impact on the Dutchess County community, empowering women to make a difference and to get back in the workplace, whatever that may look like. Change is hard, it's inevitable though, and we really have a beautiful opportunity to grow. So really it's a matter of just doing the best that I can every day, focusing on those key areas in my life where I want to make a difference and just continuing to do that. A big part too is just having the opportunity to really give back, is so important. At the end of the day, that to me is what's most important, how I make other people feel in all of my interactions. Am I leaving them, a little bit better off? Am I too being left, a little bit better off? I think that, knowledge is power, and we have the opportunity to really make an impact. A story that I had been told once that I've held on to is that, if I had $100 and I gave you that $100, I no longer have that, right? You have that and I don't have that. But with knowledge, if I can share my knowledge and my experience, I still get to keep that. And now you have that. And collectively together, we're so much stronger and we can do so many more things. When I was in management, in my previous career, I always strive to surround myself with strong leaders. I always wanted to hire people that were smarter than me, and being able to learn from them and empowering people to be in the right seats, and recognizing that I can't be the best at absolutely everything, and when I look at my team now at Connexus, I am surrounded by so much talent. I have, amazing copywriters, UX developers, graphic designers, amazing managers, and they're all empowered to do the best that they can. And so for me, that's what's most important. So we'll see where I'm going to end up and where I'm going to land. I'm super excited. I definitely see my future in the credit union industry. I feel, like I said, so fortunate to have this amazing opportunity and to think that I work in New York, headquartered out of Wisconsin. And it's just this Canadian here doing all of this. So it's amazing. I'm just so thankful.
That's great. What I've taken away from our conversation is that leading in our careers is not something that's linear, but that it can have different roads. And even if we have to take a break, coming back, we are that much richer for the experience, but that richness that we've acquired, we can pass on to others, and that also helps to inform how we lead others. Absolutely. And, I know that, so much of what we do is, and the purpose of your podcast is really talking about those leadership strategies and how we can make an impact. And and thinking about that, I think it's so important, and for me, I've always felt that it's so important that we speak from the heart, and that we're honest, obviously keeping it very professional. But when you communicate with people at any level, it doesn't matter whether it's at the PTA meeting, whether it's at the school playground, the pickup line, whether it's on a meeting with senior leaders, they're going to know if you're being, real and passionate and engaged in what you're doing. And if you can speak to that common vision, again, whether it's at the
the dance pickup line or the dance competition or my son's soccer game or, a volunteer meeting or a meeting talking about, this amazing legacy fund that we have with the CEO. They can sense in your daily interactions your commitment to growth and development. And I think that that's, really what's so important in when we think about leadership and growth and where we see things going, and really encouraging recognition. People want to feel appreciated. I feel like I have a seat at the table in my career. I feel like I am valued for my contributions. When I am in a meeting, I feel supported, and that's a beautiful thing. And that's what people want. People want to feel valued. It instills a sense of commitment and engagement. And when people work above and beyond expectations and they're recognized for it, they're going to want to do more of it, right? And that's what's going to lead to more passion, more commitment, more growth, more opportunity. So I think that's really important as well.
That's wonderful. So tell us how our listeners can get in touch with you.
They can definitely reach out to me by email. I don't really have a whole lot of social media, but definitely reach out to me by email. I welcome, questions, comments, anyone's feedback. That's how I generally end all of the meetings at work, because I always say, please reach out with any questions or concerns, feedback, your favorite food or anything like that. Send me a message, send me an email. But seriously, happy to hear from any of the listeners. If there's anything that, any food for thought or anything that may have resonated with them, any type of, connection or story, I would love to hear from them.
Great. Thank you so much, Jenny. We really appreciate you taking the time to share with us how you can lead in your career.
Thank you so much, Ellie. This has been a fantastic start to my day.
Thank you. And to all of our listeners, thank you for tuning in. Until next time, God bless.